sorry it took a while. First of all, I want to excuse myself because I'm really not feeling all that well. I've been sick the past week, but then this is something very important also because Mark has been so kind to me, thus I am obliging him. But okay, so I am a social media marketer. My name is Alexa. Today we'll talk to you about social media and its potential for you guys. So I do workshops and trainings on social media, but I also have clients of my own. If you're asking or if you're trying to recruit me to Sun Life, don't try anymore because I love Sun Life and I have a policy, but I was supposed to be coded I think 2013. I was about to graduate then, but too busy because then prior to that I was already working. I already had clients while I was studying, and also I had other things, so too busy. And because this really is my passion, I think this is my goal in life is to spread social media responsibility to the most Filipinos that I possibly can. So just a rundown of what we're going to be doing. I'm just going to introduce myself, what I do, and then we're going to talk about the state of sales and marketing today, given the advent of social media, some data and realizations about social media, and then a couple of my modules, and then at the very last, I'll give you like a small sample of what I do or what I've taught and other people. Okay, so again, my name's Alexa. I finished broadcast communication, focusing on new media in UP Diliman. I got my certification in marketing from Wharton School of Business. I am a co-founder and owner of Soup Creative House. It's a small production outfit. I am still part of Travel Factor. I am a coordinator, so whenever I have time on my hands, I would travel because I love doing that. I used to be a junior jock for Today's Best Music Magic 89.9. I did not win anything. That is my moniker, Junior Jock Champion. Some other time I will tell you the horrible story as to why that is my name. I do TV show hostings in the smaller networks. I used to, not anymore because I'm really focused on my social media. But I did Extreme Pinoy Sports and Travel Buddies, and I am the youngest so far club member of Zonta International. Now, how did I get into social media marketing? I really had the passion for social media starting 2009, the advent of YouTube. This was when it was beginning here in the Philippines. I started the channel called About the Child. It was showcasing. I reached 8 children who I would bring, who went to school, who were funded by different people all over the world, and then I had to stop it because I had to focus on my studies, college, etc. And then from then on, 2012, I think, second year to third year, I began taking clients. I got paid internships because I was like, I'm so bibo, hindi ako maghihintay ng OJT. Kailangan mag-OJT na ako ngayon dahil gusto ko lang. Meron akong experience. And then from there, I got, clients eventually. Alright, so these are just some of my clients, just so to show you the range of the clients that I handle. Local Vocal, Magic 89.9 radio station. Online stores such as cosmetics, some are cafes, like not online stores, but actual stores. Technology like apps, so this is a micro-lending app, it's called Microbank. Jägermeister Philippines, Alcoholic. Lamudi, one of the biggest platforms in the real estate industry, #1 here in the Philippines. Government advocacies like this, tuberculosis awareness, sanctioned by the Department of Health. Now, we are going to talk about survival. Right now, that's what you guys are going to be doing with social media. That's how you are going to adapt to the current sales market, the platform, the industry. Okay, so Charles Darwin said, it's not the strongest or the most intelligent who will survive, but those who can best manage change. Do you believe this? Who would, say, no, Charles Darwin, the father of evolution, is crazy? No, that is the truth. In biology, we were taught that we came from apes because, we adapted. We didn't need all that hair anymore. We started to walk upright. We began to think, Homo sapien, Homo erectus, etc. And that's what's happening today. We are actually all part cyborg. You might not believe. No, we don't have chips implanted in us. It's not a conspiracy. I'm just saying that because of the advent of mobile phones, we are cyborgs, part cyborgs. There is this communications theorist, her name is Donna Haraway. Couple of decades ago, a decade and a half ago, if I'm not mistaken, she wrote the Cyborg Manifesto. You could Google it. And basically, the essence of that, she was talking about women rights actually, but then in a different light. It was really a communication theory, saying that in the near future, we will become cyborgs. Every single person will have some sort of gadget connected to them because of the advent of communication. And true enough, that's what's happening today. We, ladies and gentlemen, are tethered meaning connected, cannot be separated from our mobile devices, which is true. Now, more and more technology is being created so that you could have it on you, like the Google Glasses, watches. Eventually, it will be integrated into our system. Thus, we have to be able to adapt so that we will not get or become extinct. Exactly. So that's what we're going to talk about, extinction. This is just a review of how media became what it is today, social media is today. So for the telephone to reach 50 million people, it took them 75 years. Took radio 38 years, and it took television 13 years. Can anyone guess how long it took Facebook to reach 50 million people? Yung mga may alam, please, huwag na natin i-share. Siyempre, dapat yung sasagot yung hindi alam. Come on, guys. Anyone guess? 3 days? Grabe naman. This happened early 2000. Thus, the internet wasn't as, big as it is today. Thus, the connection then wasn't as fast as today. But still, the number is quite, astounding. Any guesses? 5 years closer, Marmer? Last? 3 years. Yes. 3.5 years. Facebook. The internet, approximately 4 years. But Facebook as a social network, 3.5 years. And this was then, a couple of years ago when the internet wasn't that fast. It was really initially created for a student body to connect. Okay. Now, they say, people who create data and, big business and the Fortune 500 companies say that there is this thing called the death of the salesperson because of technology, And I want to tell you and show you that because you are in this amazing company, your company actually is preventing this because they understand the need of Filipinos to be sociable. We actually need someone there at some point of the sales process to assure us that what we're getting into is not a hoax, this is not, a scam, and this is something that's good for us. Someone who will reassure us na, okay, para sa ito, para to sa kinabukasan mo, and hindi nila to. But elsewhere in the world, because they're not as sociable and as tight-knit as the Filipino culture, everything is really automated, everything is online. Thus this. Eventually, maybe this can happen to us, but not just yet, okay? But here are some data. Attention all salespeople. Most sales professionals today won't have a job in 5 years. A recent report from Forrester Research indicates that there will be over 1 million less B2B sales reps employed in 2020 compared to today. So who or what will be taking your job? And that is actually happening rapidly now in the United States and everywhere else. But here, slowly, not so much. And I will explain the reasons later. Why? So, cause of the death, emergence of technology that outpaces old sales methods. The salesperson's job will be rendered obsolete with the emergence of technologies, especially search engines such as Google and social media. The emergence has dramatically changed the modern buyer's journey. They can research solutions more effectively without the need of a salesperson. Gradually, this research process will replace salespeople and automate the buying process. So the cold calls is dead. 97% of cold calls do not work. The closer is dead. 48% of buyers are frustrated with aggressive salespeople. And lastly, no more scripts. 39% of buyers are also frustrated with overly scripted sales approach. The best way to show this to you guys, an example is, bagong gadget, cell phone, diba? Out in the market. You had like 2 models back. You're not gonna go to Apple and be like, ano ba difference nito dun sa dati, ganito, ganyan, magtatanong ka. What are you gonna do? You're gonna ask your friends. You're gonna go on YouTube. You're gonna look, okay, what are the spec reviews? Kamusta ba siya? That's what we do now, right? Because we're intelligent enough and we have access to the internet and we are able to decide, okay, is this the gadget for me? Is this something I'm gonna buy? When you apply for a line sa Globe, they've made it much easier for you. You could do it online. You could check all your, packages, etc., so that you could accustom it to your personal needs and how you want to do it. Yes, at the end of the sale or some point in the sale, someone will be talking to you, an actual person. But as much as possible, they're trying to get rid of everyone so that it's much easier. Diba? Thus, paperless billing, etc. Okay. Now, extinction. There's no survival, just evolution. Here, 80% of buyers know what they want before they even contact a vendor. B2B buyers are self-educating online about products and services before reaching out to the vendor. Okay. Now, why is this information very crucial? Because in the Philippines, out of the population of 101.1 million, 42 million are active social media users. Okay? Who here doesn't have a Facebook account? My point exactly. Okay? 36 million active on mobile. Ibig sabihin, nandyan lang sila. Abot kamay lang sila. It's just that we need to have the potential to reach them, to tap into them, to know how to market to them. You as individuals, you know how annoying marketers can be on social media. The different ads nowadays, people selling to you, people asking you to like things, to share things. Now, those are the things we're going to try to avoid if and when you do take a social media marketing class. Now, these are just some statistics about social selling. So 77 of B2B buyers said they did not talk with a salesperson. 57% of the buying decision is completed before they are willing to talk to the sales rep. If I'm not mistaken, when I did the talk with Mark's team the last time, a couple of your clients already know what they want, diba, before they come to you. But of course, as advisors, that's your job. You're there to advise them and direct them to the proper way, to the proper policy, right? And that's what we're going to try and do, is just work adapting social media or technology in general to your sales process. Now, okay. Before, if you go back to the slide of the telephone, the radio, and television, communication then was 1:1, diba? Or 1:many, meaning all the information was with the television, the network people, or the people on radio. But now, today, you are the medium, you are the broadcaster. Communication is 1:1, 1:many, many:1, many:many. That's the advent of the internet. That's really what social media did. It gave every single one of us a voice. We could be our own GMA network if we wanted to. We could be our own ABS-CBN. Kaya nga merong mga YouTube stars, di ba? Meron mga tao na sobrang powerful social media influencers. Because individually, sometimes they even have a bigger impact on society, on markets, compared to, your ABS-CBN. Perfect example, Aldab. I mean, who here was figured out what Aldab was because they were watching Eat Bulaga? Sino yung na-discover nila yung Aldab dahil nanonood sila ng Eat Bulaga? Taas ng kamay. George, isa na. Sino yung na-discover sa Aldab dahil sa Facebook? Dahil sa social media? Dahil sa kwentuhan sa office? Exactly, Social media it's in your phone, it's mobile, meaning you can have it with you every single day, wherever you go, whatever you're doing, okay? Social media is not just a primary activity, it also serves as a secondary activity. Dati, yung TV, pag manonood ka ng TV, yung buong pamilya, like olden times, like way back, upo ka doon, the whole family will watch TV, or the whole family will listen to the radio, or everyone's in the car, and there's the radio. It's always about being stationary in one place, and then you do it. But now, because of the advent of social media, you can bring it to you anywhere. Literally, the first thing you do in the morning is get your phone, what are my notifications? Go to the bathroom, you're like, okay, what are my notifications? If you're bored in a seminar, in a workshop, you're like, I hate this person, just check my Facebook. Diba? That's why it's very important. Now, these are some of the things that I teach. Social Media Marketing 101. Who, what, when, where, why, what to post, who to post to, where, which medium are you going to use? Is it Facebook, is it LinkedIn, etc. Identifying markets online. Under that is how to look for target markets. Okay, how to penetrate and maintain voice in the community. Ibig sabihin, See, diba, Filipino Financial Forum on Facebook, that big group. There's also different types of groups. Let's say you want to get into startups, that's your target market. How do you enter that group and create a relevant voice? And how do you convert those people into potential clients, okay? Tactics and strategies, meaning would you be an aggressive kind of, let's say you're going to attack social media as a unit or as an individual, or let's say as a branch. How do you do that? Are you going to do it aggressively, passively? Is it individual? Is it group? What are the different strategies and tactics that you're going to employ? Lastly, content. This is the very basic social media 101 content. What are the most effective types of content? Is it video? If it's a video, what type, how long, etc. If it's an image, what type of image, what color, what, because all of this has a factor into learning how to effectively market or sell online. Lastly, how to create effective visual and written content. Minsan, di ba, ang ganda-ganda ng sasabihin mo, ang ganda-ganda ng parang issue or whatever, pero magfa-flop yung title kasi hindi nakaka-grab ng attention yung title. May mga ganun. Alright? So that's for the basic one. This is, okay, social media 102. This is more in-depth. This is the second module. Content creation tools. So free content or paid content. Things that you could use online, web-based or computer-based, offline. Things that you could use on the go, which you could use on mobile. Basic content marketing calendar. Of course, again, if you're going to attack this as a team, as a unit, as a branch, you would need some sort of calendar to map out, okay, how are we going to target these people, when and where, etc. Community building and maintenance. Now, kanina, dun sa 101, you're talking about existing communities you're gonna penetrate and dominate. Here, we're talking about creating your own community. Usually, this works if it's a sales, like in real estate, it's talking about after sales. It's mostly about maintaining and, talking to your customers and probably acquiring or recycling the customers there. Managing and maintaining. And then, basic data analysis. Of course, if you start a social media campaign or a group or a strategy, there will be data. And we have to figure out ano ba yung relevant na data. Ano ba yung importante? Bakit siya importante? And how does it become actionable? How do we make it actionable? How to set data benchmarks and goals. Perfect example. Okay, para lang relevant sa inyo. Ano yung telltale na successful yung inyong post? Paano nyo malaman kung, wow, bongs yung post? Maraming likes. Maraming likes. Actually, that's not true. Maraming likes is not true. Why is that? Okay. Maraming likes, there are these people they call serial likers. That's the first reason. Alam niyo mga yun? Meaning, like lang sila ng like, di nila alam kung ano yun. Parang hobby lang nila mag-like ng post sa Facebook. So that's the first reason why it's not really a relevant gauge whether your post is successful or not. Second is because liking is the easiest thing you could possibly do. And it's more of an extrovert's way, an introvert's way of being like, okay, I acknowledge, but I'm not communicating. I'm not opening any lines of communication. So, para siyang sa office setting, pag bumasok ka, hi, good morning, lakad ka, good morning, lakad, ganun yung like. Yun yung impact ng like. Now, the next best thing, relative, mga couple of months ago, kadadating lang niya, is yung mga emoticons, di ba? Yun yung next best thing. Pag marami kang nakuha mga reactions. Kasi ibig sabihin, yung taong yun, nag-add siya ng mga 1.2 seconds dun sa decision niya of reacting to your post, telling you, okay, ito yung na-feel ko about your post. So, equivalent in the office is like, hi, good morning, how are you? Pero, how are you lang yun. Wala, hindi totoo yung how are you niya. Dadaanan ka lang niya. Now, the next best thing is commenting. Commenting is actually the first best thing. Likes, etc. As much as possible, just, try to not think of it as an actual gauge to the success of your post. Commenting is actually the first because it means they're opening a door. Kumbaga parang, hi, good morning. Basta araw mo, ginawa mo yesterday. Umupo siya, hinausap ka niya, sabi niya, ay gusto niya akong kausapin. Okay? So that's what it is. Now, sharing is the ultimate compliment and ultimate gauge of success of your post. Why is that? Two main reasons. First main reason, if you share something, mas matagal yun because i-share mo siya, magsusulat ka ng post, whatever, about it. Also because it means na that person acknowledges the credibility of your content. Ibig sabihin, yung mga sinabi mo or kung ano man yung pinost mo, willing ako na i-share yun sa lahat ng mga tao na kakilala ko na nasa social circle ko. which opens your post and your connection to their circle. And if someone else shares that, that's the whole other circle that you can get, okay, that you are able to reach. So there, just a simple, okay. Now, professional speak, so social media marketing 2.0. This is a much bigger module that talks in detail specifically about content, about timing, about scheduling. And this comes in like 6 modules, and it has 3 speakers per module. So there. Each module, so the first one, 101 and 102, is a 3 to 4 hour seminar / workshop, depending on how big the group will be. If the group is more than 20, 25, it's really more of just a seminar because we won't really be able to do the workshop part where you do the actual data analysis or whatever. And then workbook, soft and hard copy. During the actual workshop seminar, you will have a handy notebook. It's not notebook, sorry, like paper, pieces of paper, which is your workbook. And then you will have a soft copy emailed to you. Workshop kit, extra reading material. So everything on social media, every single day, it changes, and every single day there's something new to learn on social media. That is also why I love my profession, and that is also why it's very taxing. Because social media changes, like Facebook does so many, and not just Facebook. We're not even talking about Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube, etc. Okay, so there. Reading material, extra reading materials that will support each point that was generally discussed in the workshop. And lastly, access to social media community. As I was talking to you about earlier, about Facebook communities, you will be added to that or a mailing list to get weekly updates on social media happenings, etc. Now, each kit is actually, the minimum of the workshop is really 15 people, 10 to 15 people, maximum of 25 people, 1,500 each. But for Sun Lifers, because I've been doing this for so many units now, well, not so many, but a good number of units already, I give you practically a 50% discount. It's 1.8 to 1.6 negotiable kung marami kayong attend, and also if your team is really enthusiastic. Now, the last one, the other one though, the 2.0 is really, you can't really do it without the 102, the 101 and the 102 kasi parang wala yung mga concepts medyo malolost kayo. Intermediate na yun eh. So that one's much bigger, it's a bit more expensive, mga 2,500, 3,000 depending on the workshop master. And it's actually a whole day, 6 to 8 hours. Okay? Alright. Now, I will just give you a sample of what I do. Sino yung naka-attend na ng Artikulo 2 ni Miss Diana Sarol? When she talks about FP, nakita niyo na ako nag-talk na? Hindi. Okay. Kasi I didn't do every single one of them and I'm not going to every single branch. But okay, I'll give you a sample of some of the things that you might learn if you do take the social media marketing workshop. This is something that I did with Cinemark and something that I do with most of the Artikulo 2 branch talks. What is it called? Yeah, Artikulo 2 talks. Okay, first off, we're going to talk about branding. Just a quick game, guys. Please indulge me. What brand is this?
McDonald's.
Amazing. This one? Okay. This one? Yes. This one? Amazing. This one? Alright, good job, guys. Pumasa tayo. Alright.
Pro life.
Okay. Now, guys, a brand has 2 main purposes, alright? Has 2 tasks. Any of you have taken marketing, branding, very basic. It's something that they always discuss. Okay? First, it is your mark, your image. Okay? It is your moniker. It's one thing that when they see your logo or your name or your slogan, they will remember your company, your brand, what it is that you do. The second is, it's your brand promise. Now, this is something that I always ask Sun Lifers, and so far, only one, their team, was able to answer it correctly. What is the brand promise of Sun Life Financial? Not logo, not slogan, not catchphrase, promise, your brand promise. Yung mga alam, please, wag ano yung brand promise nyo? Thinking about it.
Alam niyo yan.
Alam niyo yan, guys.
Okay, Maya.
Okay.
Bright future.
No. Brighter life? Brighter future? No. That is your slogan. That is part of your...
Alam mo.
Okay, ganito. You guys are selling a lifestyle. Okay? You're not just selling your own lifestyle, you're also selling this promise of a lifestyle, of a certain, security. What are you selling? Financial freedom. That's what you're selling. That's your brand promise. Financial freedom, parang secondary financial literacy, but actually, first and foremost, actually, is financial literacy. So, for everyone, which comes hand in hand with financial freedom. That is what you're selling. Thus, whenever they see you, they're supposed to see this. You know how nagbibiro yung mga tao pag nasa sales industry ka, pag nakakita ka ng tao, dapat nakikita mo dollar or peso sign. Sa inyo, ganito din dapat yung case. But, hindi ibig sabihin na every single place that you go, meron kayong Sun Life tag, or meron kayong Sun Life merch, or naka-Sun Life uniform kayo. That's not what this means. Also, this does not mean that you're going to flood your Facebook and Twitter and YouTube walls with like Sun Life posts. That's not what it means. Again, you are selling a lifestyle. So what are you selling? You're selling the ability to see your child at 12 noon and give her her bow. Or you are selling the ability to be a yuppie, 24-year-old traveling on a Wednesday to a Friday, going to, I don't know, Hong Kong to shop just because you want to. You are selling the lifestyle of being able to lose someone, but not lose everything else with the loss of that someone. Okay, that's what you're selling. You're not selling life insurance. You're not selling VULs or investment. That's what you're selling, the lifestyle. All right, just a quick marketing crash course. These are the 5 parang pillars of marketing. If you put it down to the very core: knowledge, alignment, proportion, transaction, repetition. Very first we'll touch on is knowledge. Understanding what the market wants. Okay, if you're going to enter, these are the 3 goals: marketing, action, acquisition, retention. So what do you think is your guys' goal at the core of it? Acquisition, right? So first off, you have to know what it is that you're trying to do with your marketing. First, you're trying to acquire people, and you're supposed to be knowledgeable about your market. I'm not going to tell you which markets to target, etc. I'm just going to tell you what things to share and why you share them most of the time. Okay, so these are the 4 types of content that people share. And this is why they're very successful and why they're very adamant on social media. So social capital, memorability, practical value, and quality. What is social capital? Social capital is when, para siyang capital, diba? Pag tinanggal mo yan, meaning puhunan. Pag tinanggal mo lang yung, tama ba? I'm so bad in Tagalog. Puhunan, okay. Pero social, meaning kung ano yung mga alam mong gawin, what are the topics that you enjoy, what are the movies that you like, music, hobbies, etc. So let's say you know how to surf and you enjoy surfing. So you will be sharing posts about, surfing, about places to surf in the Philippines, where to go, where to buy perfect boards, etc., where to catch the best wave, what different types of techniques, etc. Social capital. Memorability, from the word, it's about being memorable, being like, once they see it, it's like, oh, alam ko yan, or parang nakaka-relate ako dyan. First, it has 3 subcategories: anchoring, reciprocity, and self-esteem. What is anchoring? Best example, past Valentine's Day. There is this anchor and nakikisabay ka sa paglubog niya. Usually it's a bad thing, but actually here, it means that the anchor is bringing you with it, or sumasabay ka sa aeroplano, or whatever. But you're riding a trend. So that's what anchoring is. February, Sun Life had so many Hugot quotes on its Brighter Life page. All of the other brands, they had the Aldab, Coca-Cola, McDonald's ads, etc. So that's what anchoring is. Sasabay ka dun sa big trend or holiday that's currently a buzz. Okay? Reciprocity. Best example is if it's your birthday, you reciprocate whatever the greetings are. Diba? People will start greeting you on Facebook, dami-daming messages, comments, likes, etc. And then a couple of days later, or right the day after, you tell them, hi everybody, thank you for all the messages that you gave me. Sorry I can't, respond to every single one, but I feel so loved, etc. Blah, blah, blah. You reciprocate whatever big gesture that they did. Lastly, self-esteem. Best example, if you win an award and they took a photo of you, you change your cover, you change your profile picture. May, kapag graduation season, all the graduate students will change their cover photos or their LinkedIn profile photos into their grad pics. Okay? before the last, practical value. Practical value means practical value. If you're a Sun Lifer, you're selling insurance, you want people to know about stocks, etc., you share something about your industry. But that's not the only reason it's practical, ha? Another example would be, kuwari may kamag-anak ka sa Zamboanga. Sa Zamboanga, biglang nabalitaan MMDA, whatever, or pag-asa, merong bagyo, or may lindol, tapos nasira yung ganitong daan sa ganyan, etc. You will share that, or you will tag your family members who are in that location, that area, and tell them, uy, mag-ingat kayo sa ganito, uy, may malaking nangyari pala dyan sa area na yan, sana you're okay. Practical value. Lastly, quality. Quality, again, speaks for itself. If it's a really, really nice graphic, ang ganda ng photo, sobrang touching nung quote, sobrang nakaka-relate ako, sobrang nakakatawa nung GIF, sobrang nakaka-love yung video. It's just amazing. The quality extends, normal standards, thus you would share. Alright? Now, this is the use, just a touch on the use of LinkedIn and Facebook. Now, LinkedIn really is more to business, and Facebook is business to customer. You might be thinking, on social media, you can only use it on 1:1 selling. But actually, no, that's not true. LinkedIn, if you attend the financial planning work talks, Tita Didi, etc., they will tell you about talking to decision makers or people who are in HR or CEO, etc., who will decide whether they will get a group plan, etc., insurance. So, in order to be more credible, aside from having a clean and reputable Facebook page and track like, it would be best if your LinkedIn is also the same. It's complete, it has all your track record, you have a professional photo. Professional doesn't mean boring and cut like with your corporate attire. It could be, if you're a Sun Lifer, again, you're selling a lifestyle. This is something that I've already taught them. And someone in CDAR branch, nung binigay ko yung example, sabi niya, I did that without even knowing. Sabi ko, if you're a Sun Lifer, and let's say, I don't know, MDRT ka this year, tapos, amazing, na-reach mo yung goal mo. And then you decided, I will treat myself to a trip to Paris. And then she took a photo, with the Eiffel Tower. And then that's her profile photo. She took a photo of herself and that's her profile photo. I was like, that's her profile, that's my profile photo. Amazing. Palakpak kami for her. Because it means she's a Sun Lifer, but her LinkedIn profile doesn't have to be that generic cut that everyone's like about to be shot with that one-by-one photo of you in your corporate. Again, that's not, it's boring. Everyone has that. What are you selling these people? What kind of lifestyle? Or what kind of advisor would you be to them? That's what your LinkedIn profile should show. So if you're going to be talking to HR managers or whatever, you could write in your track record, oh, I've talked to this type of people. I've attended these types of groups. This is the amount of policyholders that I have. These are the companies that I've sold, policies to, etc. All right? Now, Facebook, again, is business to customer. So, ito yung more of one-to-one sale. So, on Facebook, as I've said, hindi kailangan na puro na lang sunlight, puro na lang ganito, ganyan. Hindi kayo nag-hard sell on Facebook. It's more of you sharing your lifestyle due to the fact that you're with Sun Life. You are able to enjoy these things. So, let's say your target market, you're a single mom, and your target market are other single moms. And then you're able to do Sun Life, and you're able to get a substantial amount, tapos, your daughter's studying in a reputable school. So what you do is you share a photo of you and your daughter on, let's say, a Thursday afternoon, out of the blue, sinundo mo siya, and you had like a good dinner, a nice dinner in a nice restaurant. And we're like, I'm so thankful for the life that I'm able to live, etc., etc. You know what I mean? You're not directly telling them, oh, mag-Sun Life na kayo, or oh, kumuha na kayo ng policy. But see what I'm able to do. A good amount, if you want to look at Sun Life parang pegs, social media pegs, you could look at Mark's Facebook page, you could look at Miss Riza Matayan. She's the best. She's the best example for your, she's also the best CEO, president, etc. But I love her. She, if you look at her Facebook, it's not just about her Sun Life achievements and the stuff that she does. Yes, that's her banner. But, she always has photos of her and her family, her running another marathon, or, spending time with her husband, etc. But it's not all about selling Sun Life, but it's her lifestyle. If you look at her page, every single one of you, huwag niyo sasabihin na hindi, it's like, ay, parang gusto ko maging CEO ng Sun Life. Ganon dapat yung na-exude ng profile niya. And eventually, hopefully, you will get there. Now, lastly, guys, if you want something you never had, you have to do something you've never done. It's one of my favorite quotes to just to show you how important social media is. Because again, social media, think of it as an investment, okay? You can do it less than 5 minutes in a day. If you're commuting, while you're commuting, if you're being driven to a place in a meeting, do it when you're there. Post something. At the end of the day, beginning of the day, when you start your day, you could do that. When someone comments, respond. It's them opening the doors to communication. Respond to that. Someone messages you out of the blue, respond to that. They could be a possible, buyer. Diba? So again, want something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done. And one of that today is social media. So this is me. You can contact, sorry. There, that's me. You can contact because social media is fun. That's why. You show your personality on social media. You're not this robot. Even if I were in the strict sense corporate world, I would still look the same, maybe just less weird and probably less candid. But still, that's what makes these great, amazing CEOs, etc. Because they're their own selves. They're individual and they're not afraid to show it. So again, these are my contact details. Should you want any of that, just contact our. Thank you guys. I hope you learned something.
Yes.